somewhat saying, well, this didn't go so well. The knight will go to d4. Beautifully placed knights now on the two outposts here, protected by a pawn, cannot be attacked by a black pawn, and this is looking very safe, or as Peter would say, cemento for white.
Are you changing sides now, Nicholas? I can sense it.
Yeah. I've been seeing this, so I'm going to stick with black. I made up my mind. Let's see where it takes us.
I think it's just an extremely complicated position, and looking at Magnus, looking at Nodirbek, it feels like the kind of position that both would enjoy to play, and Nodirbek not at all less than Magnus. While I see the heart rate, it's slightly higher for Nodirbek currently. Magnus down to his usual 80, 88, 89 beats per minute there, but we can feel the tension in the position. Magnus reaching out for the knight h5.
Wow.
Actually, Peter, I was thinking about this move because this attacks the bishop and the pawn at the same time. The drawback is you're not protecting the e3 square. So actually e3 is not a threat, and I was thinking that perhaps now black can just come back with the bishop to h6.
Yes, honestly, when I first thought about this bishop f4, it was my first intuition that if white plays the move c3, black has this bishop f4, and when I saw that knight h5 can easily be met by bishop h6, I felt like I stopped there, that okay, I'm not worried from black side in this direction, but then I spotted this knight f5, g6, e3 idea. I immediately got super excited because I felt like, okay, that's very much the essence of the position, but clearly something disturbed Magnus, or he's just believing so much in this knight h5, but okay, I was a big fan of white's position, knowing that we are going towards the center. Knight on b4, knight on h5 slightly scares me. Besides, yeah, okay, let's put that bishop back on h6.
It's a double attack, let's defend it.
I think we can afford ourselves to make this move to get a better overview. Let me put it there. Yeah, and how do we continue? What is Magnus's idea? Is he trying with f4? That would make sense from a human perspective, yeah, that to shut the bishop out.
But g6, what do you have in mind?
Well, g6 I might just fall back. Yeah, I might just fall back to g3, and then queen f2. Already Nicholas was highlighting this queen f2 at some moment, but there will be some d4 ideas. I'm not liking this, that we are suddenly not controlling the center squares, and yes, this is scaring me. So I'm not a fan of Magnus's move, but knowing Magnus and he had 1 hour on the clock, he has something in mind.
You know, we often talk about when you're playing against a player like Magnus Carlsen, you have to create a chaos on the board. You have to bring him out into a situation where there's an opportunity for both players to go wrong, where it's just a really complex fight. And I think that's exactly what's going on right now. It's just a very difficult position for both players to play and respond to.
completely. We just can't give any advice. We also see the evaluation bar now confirming our feelings like this is borderline lost. Back rank issues, everything, and look at this, the two knights outclass the two bishops, yeah, because of this special pawn structure. Yeah, this is, let me highlight, it's all connected with this c5 d4 pawns structure. White has this monster knight on d4, the other knight find a way also to jump in, join the party. Knight d6, knight d6 is about to be delivered. There is no time left for Nodirbek, but it's not a bad time at all.
The recurring theme in today's matches has been knight retreats. Peter, we saw it with Ali Reza as well, making that knight retreat, winning on the spot, eventually ending up a piece. Vincent did the same, pinning his opponent's knight with that knight retreat to d7. Magnus's knight c2. Sure, this looks really beautiful, but that's when this entire situation started. That knight from b4, when it went back, the pawn from b2 taking control of the c5 square. And then just this masterful play by Magnus, jumping around, giving up the bishops at the right time. And it comes down to that critical mistake of Nodirbek allowing White to trade on b6. But Peter, what a crazy game it's been. Easy to miss. And right now, Nodirbek down to a minute and a half on the clock. And it doesn't matter. No matter what time he'd had, it was not going to be enough in this position.
Yeah, not at all. It's basically impossible to find the move. And he's just getting crushed in the next couple of moves. Yeah, knight e6, knight c5, and then this knight d6 checkmating idea. It's just unbelievable that we see the move, we see the threat. We have 2 or 3 moves to time to figure out something.
And that's it.
Handshake.
Nodirbek resigns. There's nothing to be done. Magnus Carlsen takes the first win with the white pieces. An absolutely crazy battle. Insane from the start. Super complicated. But the world #1 prevails. The old god stays strong.
Yeah, it was a stunning positional masterpiece. Yeah, I feel like it really deserves an applause, because so masterfully combining all the forces, and finally, when you look at every single picture of this game, it